Kitchen Cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Thanks for coming out. Little adventure this morning. Had seen these advertised yesterday. Went out and scooped them up. 2 Honda Trails and also picked up a Troy built pusher, self-propelled pusher. Anyway, deal is it appeared to be an estate sale. I answered the ad for these. I got there and purchased them. I asked if they had any other lawn equipment, and they showed me this. They said they didn't know if it ran. I had seen rust on it, so I said, how about 20? They were happy to take 20 for it. So we'll look at this in another video. I don't even know what year it is. But I see it's goobered up here. I told them, I said somebody's messed with this. And that'll be part of the story here on this lot of Hondas. So let me show you the incomplete one here. This one's missing the seat, some of the side covers, etc., etc. It's a C105, which is the Trail 55, also known as the Trail 55. It's 54cc. Yeah, we got Delta leaving the neighborhood. So it's, he's almost gone. So this was, the Trail 55 was built between 1962 and 1965, the C105. So mid-60s here. One thing I noticed, it's got an aftermarket gear reduction. This is the Go-Matic. I didn't know what this was. It's lever operated. I'll show you that. There's a lever here that would switch it from high to low. So I looked it up. They sold these at the time for around 43 to $64 new. And somebody had been advertising one I had seen for 250. So I think these have some value, these aftermarket gear reduction doodads. So the high-low on the early trail models, they didn't have it. There was no switchable between high and low. So this is probably a 62 or 63. Later on, they had a switchable gear. So this would switch from the larger gear, which would be for the trail, and then to the street, which would be the smaller gear here. So this is set up on the street with the smaller sprocket. So anyway, that's that. I asked about keys, no keys. So the gentleman was a collector. He had a bunch of stuff passed away, and now they're getting rid of everything in the garage. 6-volt system, side cover missing here. What else? But it kicks over. It's got, it's not seized. There is a plug in place. So kind of looked at parts for the C90 and the C55. You can still get carburetors for them. You can get both brake cables and the throttle cable for like 25 bucks with 30 bucks shipping from Thailand. It seemed like there was a lot of parts in Thailand for these. I don't know, maybe they still use them, or there's a similar model there. So what else? This is the roughest one. Note, like I said, no seat, missing some parts, pea shooter, exhaust. So this one's kind of rough. You can still get tires for these too from Asia, because I was looking for some of the other Honda models that I have, these little narrow tires. You can still find them. These two are shot, probably original tires from the 60s. So the real gem is this Honda 90, the Trail 90. So it's complete. Noticed the forks here have been goobered up. Somebody's put a piece of steel here and kind of goobered it up. I don't know if they were running off of cliffs and ended up cracking the forks. Just looks ugly. I'm not worried about structurally compromised forks. I'm not going to be doing wheelies or anything with this thing. If I do restore it, it's just going to be for show and tell and maybe some Sunday rides. I'm not going to abuse the machine. So like I said, this thing is more complete. It's not locked up either. Plug's missing on this, so I got to put some 50/50 acetone ATF in the cylinder. Like I said, you can still get these aftermarket carbs for 25 to 30 bucks, or a rebuild kit for 25. They sell a rebuild kit. Honda 90, I'm sure this basket doohickey is aftermarket. It just had a smaller platform here. Some rust. Rusty rust. What else? So I basically dealt with the son-in-law. He said his father-in-law had collected a bunch of stuff and kind of moved on from one project to the next without finishing projects. He didn't know how long these things have been sitting. We got dirt gobbers. Just looking in the tank, I don't see any surface rust. I'm happy about that. I won't have to red coat this one. So this would be a good project for my friend Matt, who's the vintage two-cycle motorcycle guru of Manatee County, including Holmes Beach, Bradenton Beach, Oneiko, Samoset, Myakka City, and Lakewood Ranch. He would have this thing up and running in no time. So this is the area where my uncle Brad would have been racing around Cicero or Berwyn, Illinois on something like this in the mid-60s, raising hell and running from the police. So I'm going to have to ask him what his experience with the Trail 55 and the Trail 90s are. 6-volt system. We got a Wyusa battery here, some cracking in the plastic. This thing's been in here a while. So, like I said, it's complete. I kind of took a look at the other side cover, and it still has the toolkit. I want to look at that. Usually, side covers are missing or there's big cracks in them. I'm kind of surprised this thing's in such good condition. So I'm happy for $100 to have scooped this thing up. No keys though, but you can buy the lock sets. This is what I want to look at. These lock sets are easy to replace. You can buy these with a couple of keys. So that'll be cool. Let me try to do this one-handed. Looks like there's a little fuel line in here, which is kind of cool if you're out and about and you need to change out a fuel line. Rusty and crusty, but it's there. A fuse assembly, some rusty drivers, really crusty and rusty. An extra screw to something, and then that's it, a bunch of rust. That's kind of cool. What does it say? Caution, tappet clearance with engine cold. HM. So I'll put all that back together. Couple of stickers. STP. So this one here shows more promise. It's going to need some brake cables. Dent in the tank. Knee protector. So what do you think for $100? I don't know what I'm going to do with the 55, but the 90, I think I can do something with it. Dump it in Matt's garage. Mileage on the 90 is 5,763, and the 55's got really low mileage, 303 miles on the Trail 55. Too bad about that. Probably could find a new old stock muffler for this. I tried checking the oil and this is stuck. I'd have to put a wrench on it. It's more than finger tight. You guys ever mess around with the Trail 90 or Trail 55 growing up? I think the top speed on the 90 was 45 miles an hour. I didn't look up the top speed on the 55, but it'd be less. Since it was only 54 cc, I'm thinking 30 to 32 miles per hour. This one would get up to 45. And I think kids were doctoring them up to get better speed out of these. I think that was the thing during the day, is trying to red line the hell out of these things. So I'm sure there's some stories out there about these CT200s, trying to red line them. 64 to 68, 1964 to 1968 on the Trail 90cc. So 260 Honda machines here on my trailer. Anyway, that's all I got for you. Appreciate you coming out to Tommy Time. I'll do a video on the Troy built next, because that was part of the deal, that $20 machine. We'll see if that thing works or it doesn't. As always, please tip your waitress and wait staff. They're doing an awesome job. Have a great day today. Thanks for coming out. Please like and subscribe, and come back and see me tomorrow. Thank you.